What's up, guys? That was really weird. I just started my live, got up, went to close the closet really quick, close the closet door, and I came back and it was just the still frame of me gone, and that was weird. Anyway, what's up, guys? Hopefully this will work better. The glitches in the Matrix these days, I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to come on and talk about what I've got going on right now, because I haven't shared that in a little while, at least not in a live video. So yeah, I wanted to come on and share some things. I've decided to just do it from lowest to highest in price, because that's an order to do things in. And so we're going to start with Patreon for that reason. Patreon has been a labor of love for me in the last 2 years, and it has pretty much all of the videos, guided meditations, journal exercises that I use with my clients as well as myself that I've learned over the years. And we start with the Awakening tier, which is $11.11 a month, and it's basically what I call Balanced Blackwood Tribe Light, but it's got journal exercises, guided meditations. Sorry, I'm a little congested today. That's weird. Let me drink some water. So the Awakening tier has all sorts of amazing, what I call one-off videos, where there aren't any of the like series or courses that I do, but it's got amazing spiritual tools, practical tools. I use Patreon as a place to really not only teach the things that I've known and learned for a long time, but also learn things. I use it as a place to basically cement in me that I know I've actually learned something, because they always say that the teacher, they always say that if you want to know if you've learned something or not, teach it. So I've got a mix of both of those things that I've known and taught for a long time, and things that I was learning at the time and wanted to really cement in myself that I had learned, so I decided to teach it. So the Awakening tier is just $11.11 a month, and it's got so many amazing videos, guided meditations, journal exercises. And then you have the Ascending tier, and that has everything the Awakening tier has to offer, plus all of my courses, workshops, mini-series, as I call them. I have Spirituality 101, 2.0, which is actually actively still going on, where I'm teaching A Course in Miracles lessons from the student workbook. Amazing. I love it so much. And so those are things that people are going to be able to get in on even in the future for free, because I like to film my workshops for free on Zoom for the people who are part of my mailing list. My Intuitive Lifestyle course, which I love so much. When I first started really building my online catalog 2 years ago, I only had one-on-one services at that point. I had been doing my holistic health practice for the better part of 5 years, just doing it one-on-one and in person. So when I lost my full-time job, that's not accurate. When I lost my part-time job at the end of 2019, we literally found out on either on Christmas or the day after Christmas that she was losing her insurance. And I don't usually take insurance from my clients, but this was a family friend, so I signed up for something very specific for her to have her insurance cover what I was doing for her, which I don't do for anybody else. I'm going to make that clear right now, so that nobody else gets the idea that I take insurance. But her insurance stopped covering. It was a weird thing. I'm not going to get into it, but her insurance stopped covering what I was doing, as well as some other things. And so I lost that and took that as a sign that I was meant to really just be doing my holistic health practice. So I decided to come online, and that's when I started building 2 years ago this catalog of things that I have on Patreon. So to recap, we have the Awakening tier, which is just $11.11 a month. Then we have the Ascending tier, which is $23 a month. And this literally has, apart from the Sanctuary content, everything else that my Patreon has to offer. And the Sanctuary of the Awakened content, which we'll get into in a minute, is a little more personal. So the Ascending tier has all the Awakening content plus all the Ascending content, which is like my full catalog of teachings on Patreon, and just for $23 a month, which, you know, I always felt like it was important. I always felt like it was important to not have someone's ability to pay be the barrier to entry to getting these tools and services. And so I felt like Patreon was an amazing opportunity, though, you know, all of my teachers were charging a minimum of like $100, $300, up to thousands of dollars for these teachings. I never wanted someone else's ability to pay be their barrier to entry. And so I have always been really dedicated, even though I've considered upping my prices on Patreon, I've always been really dedicated to keeping them at something that everybody can afford, because I've been there. I've been there where I've like, man, I want to do this so badly, but I literally just don't have the money. Not like I don't think I have the money, but I literally, like, all of my money was going to bills, and I wasn't even making enough for those. So like, I literally didn't have the money. And I never want to make somebody feel that way. I want everybody to be able to at least get something from me, be able to learn these things, no matter where they're at financially. So that's why I've decided to keep the Ascending tier, though I've considered, you know, my brain, the logical part of me, the human part of me has wanted to raise the price several times. The spiritual part of me, the part of me that's connected into my intuition, has told me, no, you know what, we're going to just leave it here. So then we have the Sanctuary tier. And that has everything the Ascending and Awakening tiers have to offer, plus my Sanctuary of the Awakened content and everything that comes along with being a part of my VIP group that I call the Sanctuary of the Awakened. And I always wanted this to be a community for anybody like me who was awake, not woke, to be able to come and connect, because I felt like there weren't enough places like that. And so that's why I connected and set up my Slack channel, which we never ended up really using, but I still have I still have hopes and dreams for that Slack channel to be big one day, where we can all connect despite me, where everybody can connect together and network. Because I really just don't feel like there's enough places. I feel like there are so many people who want to keep things for themselves, keep people to themselves. And I wanted a place for us all to be able to speak our mind, because I know that the people that I attract vibrationally are people who can have calm conversations about things we disagree about or agree about or whatever it might be. And so I wanted a safe place, safe from the oligarchs of the internet, to have conversations that other people otherwise weren't having, either because of shadow banning or because they were worried about the woke internet mob. So there's that. There's the Slack channel, which, like I said, hasn't been used very much, but it is there, and I do want to build it up as a community for people who want to be able to have those awake, not woke conversations. So that's what my Sanctuary of the Awakened is all about. It has all of that Ascending and Awakening content, plus any of the videos that I made in my Sanctuary of the Awakened Instagram, which I don't use anymore, talking about current events, talking about the personal things. I wanted to keep everything very professional, and so the Sanctuary was the one place I also wanted to make it a little personal. Then we have my Enlightening tier on Patreon, which gives you everything that the Ascending and Awakening tiers has to offer. Plus, you get a once-a-month session with me and access to Voxer direct messaging. So if you sign up for the Enlightening tier on my Patreon, that gives you all the things, guided meditations, journal exercises, all the one-off videos, as I say, and the courses, workshops, series, plus that once a month session with me, and access to Voxer direct messaging. And I ended up setting this Voxer direct messaging up because I wanted my clients, especially the ones who were just having one session with me a month, to not have to use that session to ask me questions that they had in between sessions. And I also realized very quickly I didn't want to be giving out my personal cell phone number to people that I was just getting to know. So I set up the Voxer direct messaging for my clients to have access to me either during my business hours, or for an additional fee, I do actually allow my clients to have access to me pretty much 24/7 via Voxer direct messaging, so that they can ask questions in between sessions, because everything I do is about transformational, high vibrational work. And sometimes you have those questions about those downloads that you're getting, or about something that we talked about before that didn't come up in that time. So I felt like it was very important for there to be a place where myself and my clients could connect in between sessions for questions like that. So that is Patreon. So next we are going to get into my one-on-one. Hold on one second. All right, so getting into my one-on-one packages next, because that is technically, Patreon is the first way that you can work with me one-on-one and in person. Although most of Patreon is for those who want to do self-study, who aren't quite ready for the one-on-one yet. But if you are ready, if you're ready to, as I say, end those cycles of suffering, if you're ready to heal, grow, and expand to make your life, as I say, kinder and simpler, happier and healthier, that's what my one-on-one work with my clients is all about. And that's why I created my intuitive lifestyle course for Patreon, was for people who were at that self-study level, who wanted to do the basics of what I do with my one-on-one clients. And then I have programs as well as personalizations that we work with. So when it comes to my session packages, those are basically just committing to a certain amount of sessions, and then we personalize things for your level of your wanting, in terms of your level of growth, healing, expansion. How fast do you want to do that? So the first package that I have is what I call my free flow package. And I always knew that I wanted to work with people who were just ready, who were ready and hungry for it. So originally I was letting people pay just per session, and I still have that available, but that comes with a commitment of 4 sessions to begin with. And from there you can personalize it. Do you want to work every other week? Do you want to work once a week? Do you want to work twice a week? And what do you want to work on? Because I do have a program that we can work from if you're coming to me not knowing in the beginning what you want to work on. But if you do know what you want to work on, if you've got an idea in mind, we can work from that. I am very, very into the personalization, because as I say, though we are not snowflakes, we are ice cubes, we are still unique individuals. I find it funny because I developed that saying about, we're not all snowflakes, we're ice cubes. Because this idea that we need to all be these uniquely individual things that nobody can duplicate, though accurate to some degree, also is putting all of the emphasis outside of yourself on what everybody else thinks and not what you think about yourself. And especially living a spiritual life, it's all about developing that love for yourself as who you are right now, while leaving the door open for growth and expansion and your best, whatever that may be at the time. So, nobody is like completely this unique no one is this completely unique snowflake. That's why I say we're not snowflakes, we're ice cubes. But that said, we all fit into like maybe 5 to 10 categories at any given time on differences. We're not massively radically unique, but we are unique. So that's why I'm all about the personalization, because different people want to work on different things and want to grow at different rates or are ready to grow at different rates. So all of my packages are personalizable in that sense, that you can work every other week, once a week, or twice a week with me. So when you sign up for what I call my free flow package, you have the 4 sessions that you're committing to, and then you're paying per session after that, because I, like I said, wanted to make it so that those who needed to could pay per session, but I take that 4 session commitment to begin with because I want to work with people who are that hungry and that ready. And though I did used to do just single sessions for people, I realized that I wanted to work with people so hungry for it that at a minimum they were committed to 4 sessions with me. And then you can pay per session after that. So then I have what I call everything awakening and ascending. And I'm considering changing these names because I don't want people to get confused with Patreon. But for my one-on-one sessions, what I call my awakening package is 13 sessions with me. It's a 13 session commitment. And when you sign up for that awakening package, committing to those 13 sessions, paying for those 13 sessions up front, you get a free custom-made oil blend for me. And I love this because I always loved making different custom oil blends for my clients to begin with. So I thought, what a fun way to honor someone's commitment to their growth and expansion and healing by offering them this little free gift by committing to 13 sessions, paying for 13 sessions up front. And I can make these oil blends for literally anything, like whether it's something that you want to have proactive health support in your life with the plant medicines, or if you want a ritual blend of some sort for anything, like just as my packages are customizable and personalizable, that's what I was looking for, so are these custom oils that I make for people. So that's what you get with my awakening package, is 13 sessions plus the custom oil. Then I have my ascending package, and that is, I have technically two phases of my ascending package. I have the ascending payment plan, the ascending payment plan, and then I have the ascending pay in full. So both of the ascending packages are a commitment to 24 sessions. And if you do the ascending payment plan, I don't know why my brain doesn't want to hold on to that for some reason. So if you sign up for the ascending payment plan package, then you will get, again, a free custom oil blend from me for anything you want it to be for, and you are committing to basically 12 sessions at a time with those payments. So you'll make the first payment, and that gets you 12 sessions, and then a month later you'll make the second payment, and that'll commit you to 12 sessions. So overall, with the ascending payment plan package, you get the 24 sessions, 12 sessions per payment, and the free custom oil blend. And then I have the ascending pay in full, which this is awesome because I had always wanted to have a journal be something that I give away free with my coaching, counseling, holistic health packages. And at one point I was using what it's called the I Am journal, but that didn't resonate with me for very long. But I always wanted to have a free journal that I gave away with my packages, and I started working with this amazing, beautiful woman who's one of my fellow doTERRA witches, Jess, who is Mountain Bound Books. And so I decided, what am I trying to say here? For some reason, I have this idea in my mind, but it's not coming out of my mouth. I know what I want to say, but it's not exiting from my brain through my mouth. What a better way. That's what I was trying to say. What a better way to honor someone's commitment to their, again, growth, healing, and expansion, especially committing to these 24 sessions, paying in full, than to give them their very own Mountain Bound book. These are amazing, beautiful journals, and I have two examples here of different types of covers that she has. She has all sorts of amazing, beautiful paper, and they're all about Jess and I. We're both very much about being green, clean, and sustainable. So it's made out of these amazing, beautiful supplies that a lot of which are either reused or somehow recycled. So this is my mountain bound book. You can see it's all handmade. And so not only do you get these 24 sessions with me when you sign up for the Ascending Pay in Full package, but you also get your 3 sessions to customize your very own mountain bound book with Jess. So let me open this up. She's got all sorts of beautiful papers that she uses. Handmade. And the only thing I believe that's not customizable about it is the red piece here. And that is amazing because the red book closer piece of elastic here, it has a very beautiful meaning behind it. And that is that we are all one and we are all connected. That red line runs between all of us. The blood runs between all of us. We are all one. We are all connected. So other than this red, which I think is the only thing that stays the same on all of them, and this is where I want to show you this example. No worry, no bait and switch. It's not like I'm going to be like, you're going to get this one, and then you get this one. As far as size goes. You know, she's got different papers for the inside, and she's got all sorts of different things that you can use as the design for the outside. And this is the other example I have, so I wanted to show it. So yeah, if you sign up for my 6-month pay in full, if you pay in full for my 6 month, I need to stop saying that. I used to call it 6 month, but it's the Ascending Pay in Full, 24 sessions. It's just a habit of mine at this point. That's why I wanted to update this, because it's no longer 6 months. It's 24 sessions, and it's 6 months if you do a session a week, but some people do a session every other week. Some people do 2 sessions a week, which makes it go even faster. So it just depends on how you decide to personalize it. But yeah, so if you sign up for those 24 sessions and pay in full with the Ascending Pay in Full package, you will also get your very own free custom mountain bound book with the 3 sessions to customize it. And last but not least, I want to talk about doTERRA. So I've been using doTERRA for a while now, and I don't do any sort of ambassador work or any sort of like sharing things with people if not only, you know, first I have to be in love with them. I have to be in love with them, but I also have to trust them. So it took me a long time, a little under a year, to start talking about doTERRA, as well as sign up myself to be a doTERRA wellness advocate. I was just giving any potential clients or customers that came my way to the person who is my connection to doTERRA. Because I hadn't gotten to know it yet. And now, like, being a doTERRA witch, I love being a doTERRA witch. It's so amazing. And those are what I use to make the custom oil blends. But I am also now a doTERRA wellness advocate, technically, because I love doTERRA. I love doTERRA so much. So I also offer a free clarity call right now for anybody who has any questions about any of the things that I do, and that includes doTERRA, because doTERRA is a lifestyle change. Like, it's not just essential oils. They have essential oils, and they also have products that they make from these essential oils. And oh my goodness, like literally the best, cleanest, purest essential oils. And this is plant medicine. So if you want to get rid of, as I say, those nasty synthetic chemical-based products in your home and replace them with plant-based products, like the best, purest plant medicine, doTERRA is your one-stop shop. And so I have my link to doTERRA that people can use, but there are several different options when it comes to doTERRA. You can just buy things if you want, but we also have a membership, and that is just $35 a year. And I love that because they do have starter kits that allow you to get that membership for free because you've gotten the starter kit. But if you don't find a starter kit that's to your liking, which I didn't, a lot of people do, but I didn't, you can just pay that $35 a year, and that goes down in price the more years you are subscribing and a member of doTERRA with that membership, and it gets you 20% off everything. And then if you're like me and you decide, well, you know what, I'm sharing this with everybody anyway, so I should be a wellness advocate, you can start your own little side hustle with doTERRA and make money off of anybody you share your link with. And really, it's not about making the money. Making the money is an amazing bonus, but it's about sharing this amazing, amazing plant medicine with people. I always like to talk about the fact that healers don't heal, they facilitate self-healing. Things in general don't heal. They support the body's ability to heal itself. But when we can get proactive about our health care, when we can get proactive about our self-care, we don't have to get sick or injured to then need the healing. We can keep ourselves well in that sense by supporting ourselves with proactive healthcare. And that's what I'm really all about. That's what everything I do is about, is proactive self-care, whether that be through what we do physically, mentally, or spiritually. Mind, body, and soul transformations so that you can, as I say, make life kinder and simpler, happier and healthier. Because when you make your life healthier on all levels, as I say, with your holy trinity of health, mind, body, and spirit, happiness comes naturally. And I don't just truly believe that. I don't just know it, I believe it, is what I should say. Because when you believe it, you know it without question. I don't just believe it from my own perspective, from my own experience. I know it and believe it because I've seen it in others as well, that I've worked with, that I've had as friends and family members, acquaintances. When you have the tools to end the cycles of suffering so that you can stay healthy rather than have to suffer and heal, suffer and heal, suffer and heal, having those tools before you need them allows you to end those cycles of suffering. And that's what I want to offer in some way or another to everyone, no matter where you're at. Because I want to make sure that everybody comes through my space just a little better off than they were when they came, when they showed up, even if they spent a short period of time and don't know it yet. So yeah, you can sign up for the free clarity call that I have available for a doTERRA consultation as well. And I will be retiring the free clarity call for my one-on-one sessions after these spots that I have available fill. So if you're thinking about getting your free clarity call in, I do one free clarity call for all potential clients. Get it in now, because I don't know how much longer it'll be available, to be honest. I used to do session cycles, and I was like, you know what? I think it's time to just have a certain amount of spaces open and let those fill and reopen, fill and reopen, fill and reopen as they do. So that's how I'm working now. And yeah. Thank you guys for being here I know I did the little wave. I know I was on my train of thought, and if I let my train of thought go, sometimes I lose it. So I know I waved hi to everybody who joined me live for this. Thank you guys for being here. I thought I would say that because people who are watching this after the fact didn't, usually I'm like, hi everybody, hi, as people come in. And I just did the little wave button this time, because I wanted to make sure that I said everything I needed to say in the time frame in which I had to say it. But yeah, so if you have any questions, you can message me, you can email me, although I'm not very good at checking my emails all that often. So if you want to get a hold of me right away, message me or sign up for my free clarity call and we can connect. And if you really know that you're ready, like if you're like, you know it, you're ready, just, there's the link in there just to sign up for my session packages. You don't have to do a clarity call with me to sign up for any of my session packages. And then the moment I see that come through, which is, I check it every day, you will hear back from me and we will sign you up for your first session so that we can talk personalization. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. Don't forget to check out my YouTube. Oh, I am loving what I'm getting out on YouTube right now. Just absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. So I'm doing this thing we call a 90-day run, where I do a YouTube video every single day for 90 days. Because I used to not necessarily do one every day. And I'm just loving it. It has boosted my creativity and my confidence even. Even I sometimes experience self-consciousness. We all do. It's rare at this point, to be honest, and what I've noticed, especially recently, because I've just been reflecting on it, is the fact that as I explain to people, and I always love like talking about something and then seeing it come up in my own life or my clients' lives, like as a sign that, the more and more I experience these things, the more and more I learn from them, the less I experience them and the less intense it is that I experience them. And I've really been noticing that a lot recently as I've been, really maintaining on this new level my connection with, as I say, God, source, spirit, cosmic consciousness, whatever you consider it or call it, higher self. And I did a whole video on this actually on YouTube, about how there was a period of time where, because our bodies habituate to things, I felt like I wasn't connected the way I used to be. But it was really just because I was so connected that my body had gotten used to that feeling of connection, that without turning it up, I wasn't noticing it. I had habituated to it. It wasn't that I had disconnected at all. It was that I had gotten used to what that connection felt like, and therefore, because the body habituates to things and stops sending signals to the brain that it's happening, I was feeling disconnected from source. And all it took was me realizing that it wasn't that I was disconnected. I just went back to my own teachings as well as the teachings of my teachers and realized it wasn't that I was disconnected. It wasn't that there was a problem. It was that I thought there was a problem. That was the problem. And that I needed to take my own advice and recognize that I had habituated to it and turn up the volume on it. And so I have a whole video on that alone on my YouTube, where I talk about, on my YouTube, I talk about all sorts of different things, spiritual, practical, self-help, you name it, we got it. Because my background, other than in spirituality, is in psychology. I was going to get my license in psychology. I decided not to do that because I didn't want to restrict myself to just working with people in California. I wanted to be able to work with people all over the world, especially when I realized I was coming online. So rather than getting my license in psychology, I still got my degree in psychology. And I'm so grateful that I did, and stuck with that, because I had one math class standing in my way. And at that point I had my life coaching certification for like 5 years. So, you know, at that point I could have been like, math class be damned. I've got my life coaching certification. That's what I use anyway. And this degree isn't going to get me a license, so why finish it? But I stuck it out, and I'm glad I did, because I actually really loved that statistics class. That's something else I talk about on my YouTube channel. But yeah, so check all these links out in the description. They are now below, if I remember correctly, rather than above. I haven't done a live in a while. It used to be where if you tapped on the title to drop the description, all the links would be there. Now they've put that below to raise the description. I think that's still the way it is. I am losing touch with the social media the more that I awaken, I guess. The more that I age. Am I just one of those old people who are like, oh, you kids and your newfangled technology? I'm only 33. You know, I had MySpace. I had a MySpace. But yeah. What was I going to say? I had something I was going to say. It'll either come to me or it won't. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember anymore. So yeah. Yeah, YouTube, connecting to source. Yeah, nope, don't remember. Talking about my getting my life coaching certification, getting my degree in psychology, license in psychology, working with people. Yep, still don't remember. Okay, never mind. But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this. Oh, that's what it was, I think. Connecting. Oh, right. Yes, that's what I was going to say. At this point, you know, I dedicate all of my spare time to working my spiritual teachings and finding new spiritual teachings and learning more about the spiritual teachings and getting deeper into them. And that's what Spirituality 2.0 is all about, is teaching the teachings of my teachers. You know, I am all about finding the teacher who taught my teacher's teacher's teacher. So like I started out with my spiritual business mentor, Brittany Hugenboom, who was taught by Amanda Francis, who was taught by Gabby Bernstein, who was taught by Wayne Dyer. And so I asked myself, you know, who's my teacher's teacher's teacher? Find that, and then find out where they learned from, what they were teaching and studying. And so, you know, I've been studying A Course in Miracles. I've been studying everything I can get my hands on. And apart from the work that I do, you know, that was part of why I didn't end up getting another part-time job after I lost the one in 2019, was because I knew it was time for me to fully dedicate my life to not just my holistic health practice, but to my spiritual practice. So I do this, you know, this isn't something that I do on the side. This isn't something that I do flippantly. This is something that I do and take very, very seriously. Not that I take anything too seriously, because that would be making upset in your life that doesn't need to be there. That would be taking away from one's unshakable peace. But that said, maybe seriously isn't the right word, but I don't know if I have a better word for it right now. This is what my life is. My life is working with my clients and continuing my spiritual development and my personal development. And I take this to heart. And I do this with dedication. Maybe that's the better way to say this. My life is dedicated to this. Because it is my purpose. It is my purpose. It is my why. I want everybody to have the tools they need to thrive, grow, and expand their consciousness before they need them, so that they can end those cycles of suffering. Because I know what it's like to be in that position where I'm like, there was this meme, I don't want to go through the things that make me stronger anymore. Or what was it? I don't want to go through the things that don't kill me and make me stronger anymore. Something like that. And I was like, man, yeah, I feel that. And we do that. We get ourselves away from that and into the thriving and the loving and the abundance life through having these tools before we need them. And so that's what I want to do for everybody, is provide them with the tools that they need before they need them. Yeah. All right, this is the last time I'm going to say thank you guys for joining me for another video. Thank you guys for being here. May the energies you serve you well. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, wherever they may be at this point. And let's keep making our way through. Be brave, stay sane, stay curious, be kind to each other. And remember, Sat Nam, peace begins with me, within me. Mwah.